Hello, good afternoon to everyone. Welcome back to Coffee Class. Um, we have two questions we want to look at for the day. Evaluate the integral from negative 2 up to the upper limit positive 3 of x minus 2 times x squared 6x squared minus x minus 2 all over 2x plus 1 or dx. And then if 8 combination n is to 6 combination n minus 1 is equal to 56 is to 15, then we have to find the value of n. So we start this quickly. We've been asked to integrate this with the integral limit given as well. So all right, so I have this I have to integrate this functions here. Now is it I think it's possible to factorize this side and then maybe try and see if we can do one or two cancellation if it is going to work. So 6 times negative 2, that should be negative 12. Looking for two numbers such that when I multiply I get negative 12, but when I add I get negative 1. That should be negative 4 and then positive 3. So I can have this now as so all I did was to expand this side. When I simplify this, I'll get this one back. So I've just expanded this side. And then I'm coming to try to factorize it and see if it will work. So over here, I can see 2 being common to 2x squared. Sorry, 6x squared and then 4x. Yeah, so I see 2x common to 6x squared minus 4. When I factorize, I get 3x minus 2 in the first bracket. 1 is common to 3x and then minus 2. So when I factorize that one also out, I get 3x minus 2 in brackets. Now I continue. Now I continue to have this. So from here you can see that it will be very simple if I cancel this one. So after cancellation, I'll be left with 2 brackets to expand, which would make my work a bit easier as compared to having 3 or 4 brackets. So from here, I want to write at the top here. Now we can expand this so that we get um, a quadratic expression, and then from there we'll be able to integrate it without much difficulty. So by expansion, I get. So by expansion, I get 3x squared minus 8x plus 4, which is what we have there. So doing substitution back, when I substitute this back into the integral, Now I have this. So all I need to do now is to do my normal integration of them. Then I have, when I finish, I put my lower and my upper limit into that so that I'm done with the work. Now, like I said the last time, when we ask you to integrate a particular expression or term, you just add 1 to the power and then divide by the power. So this is power 2. I add 1 to 2, which will give me power 3. So it is going to be 3x power 3 divided by 3. And then this is also going to be 8x power 2 divided by 2. This is x power 0. So when I add 1 to 0, I get 1. So 4x. If I divide by 1, obviously it is 1. So there is no need for me to divide by 1. When I know a number divided by 1 is still 1. So I leave it here. Put in my limit of integration from negative 2 up to positive 3. So I do the positive 3 substitution. When I'm done, I now subtract the lower limit substitution. Now this can be further simplified. This. So I have this now. Okay. In place of x, I put 3 for the upper limit. And then in place of x, I put minus 2 for the lower limit. So 3 to the power 3, 27, minus 4. 3 to the power 2, 9. Now 4 times 3, 12. All minus 2 to the power 3. Anytime you have a negative number raised to an even power, the result is always positive. But when you have any number raised to a negative number raised to an odd power, the result is always negative. So the odd numbers, our 1s, our 3s, our 5s, our 7s, our 9s, our 11s, 13s, in that order. And then when you have our even numbers, the 2s, the 4s, the 6s, the 8s, the 12s, the 10s, the 12s, the 14s, the 16s, whatever, they would always give you a positive answer. But in the other way around, if it happens to be a negative, an odd power of a negative number, the answer is always negative. So minus 2 exponent 3 should be negative 8. Minus 4 into bracket minus 2 to the power 2. 2 is an even number, so positive 4. So that is giving us minus 8 over there. We come up here a bit. So we now have 27 minus 36 plus 12 here. The other brackets, we do each workings and subtract as well. So this, so we can now do it now. 27 minus 36. That should be a difference of negative 9 if I'm not mistaken. So difference negative 9. Yeah. And then negative 9 plus 12. That should be a difference of positive 3. This is 16 to minus 32. So therefore, the integral from -2 up to +3. So therefore, the integral from -2 to +3 of x minus 2, 6x minus x minus 6x squared minus x minus 2 all over 2x plus 1 dx is equal to 35. So that is it for the first question. We move on to the second question quickly as well. Yeah, so you can see the 35 from here. Alright, so second question. And so we are told that if 8 combination n is to 6 combination n minus 1 is equal to 56 is to 15, then what is the value of n over here? So we know from combination that when you have n combination r, it is the same as n factorial over n minus r factorial r factorial. So we go by that definition to be able to get the workings done properly. So let me continue from this side since it will be difficult to see from the other side. So it will be difficult to see from the other side. That is how I'm writing it. And then from the principles or the definition of combination, this is going to give us 8 factorial over 8 minus n factorial n factorial. So we keep this, then we work with it. So we maintain this one for now, and then we have the other side. Yes, so from here we can see that this is going to be 6 factorial over 6 plus 1, 7. So we get 7 minus n factorial all over n. This side is also going to be n minus 1 factorial for now, because I can see some things cancelling out from here. Now this also is going to be the same as 8 factorial. When we proceed further a bit, we are going to get 8 minus n factorial means we start from 8 minus n, we come down to 8 minus n minus 1, which will be 7 minus n factorial. We come down to a point that we feel like maybe something can cancel out. That is where we stop. So first of all, we have 8 minus n as the first one times 8 minus n minus 1 factorial. Now we can see this part is going to give us 8 factorial, alright. This now becomes 8 minus n without a factorial, and then this also becomes 8 minus 1, 7. 7 minus n factorial, n factorial, like this. Then when we take this part 2, that would also mean 6 factorial over 7 minus n factorial, n minus 1 factorial. Even this side can be expanded a bit so that we get n factorial means starting from the n itself going to n minus 1 factorial, which would cancel this here, so that I leave this like that. Now we had 8 combination n is to 6 combination n minus 1. This is the result that we get. So 8 So we get this one, and then since we are dividing a fraction by another fraction, we change the fraction, the division sign to a multiplicative sign, and then we reciprocate our fraction. So we have 8 factorial here. So we have 8 factorial, 8 minus n, 7 minus n factorial, n minus 1 factorial times so we have it this way. This will take care of this. This also takes care of this, leaving 8 factorial, 8 minus n, and then n over here. Going to the other side, which is also the same, times here, we have 1 over 6 factorial. Now this also can be broken down. 8 factorial means we start from 8, then we subtract 1 times the 8, 7, come to 6 factorial. Come to 6 factorial because of this one, and then 8 minus n. So we have something like this. Now 8 times 7, that should be 56. 8, 7, 56 over so we can see that truly the numerator is giving us 56 from here, 56. Now it is, easy if we just compare the denominator with the denominator of the other side, or better still, expand and then get your quadratic and then solve it the way you're supposed to do it. So cross multiplication, or better, so let's expand this side. N times 8, 8n minus n squared. So we get 8n minus n squared. Okay, so do we equate 8n minus n squared to 15 if possible, so that we get n squared plus 8n, or let's say this side rather, so n squared minus 8n plus 15 is equal to 0. Maybe to work, maybe to not work, but let's see how it is going to turn out to be. A number times itself, a number times another number, giving us 15, but when you add, you should get 8. 3 and 5, so minus 3 minus 5, yeah. N squared minus so we have this now. So we have n is equal to 3 or n is equal to 5. Now we can equally do substitution to see if the 3 or the 5 is going to would work out. So by doing substitution, 8 combination 3, that should be 8 factorial over 8 minus 3 factorial 3 factorial. 8 minus 3 factorial should give us 5 factorial 3 factorial. So we start 8 7 6 5 factorial. We stop over there. This takes care of this 3 factorial. So 8 times 7 times 6 all over 3 times 2 times 1. So the 6 factorial will take care of this, and the 3 factorial will take care of the 6 up there, giving us 56. When we put the 5 as well, I believe that one is going to be the same thing. So at the end of the day, our n is equal to either 3 or 5 per this particular question. It does not apply to all questions. Every question and then the kind of answer that will suit the particular question. So on this note, I would like to say a very big thanks to you for sticking around to this time, and then do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.